Hey guys, my name is AllieJones and I am double jointed. Weird. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a first impression on 3 new Wet n Wild products. The first 2 I tested out in this video are the new Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation and Concealer, and then lastly I tried out the new Megalast Liquid Catsuit Matte Lipstick in Rebel Rose. If you guys are interested in seeing how I apply these products, if I loved them, if I hated them, then please continue watching. I'm first going to start off by doing the same steps as I would if I were to wear a foundation that I've been wearing for a while. I am going to prep my skin using the 2 same Smashbox primers and as well as the Pure Mineral Facial Mist. I am going to spray this on my face first, so let's give it a little spritz. Now to actually prime my skin, I'm going to go in with the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer in Light first. And because I do have oily skin, I like to go in with this first and kind of put this as my first primer. And this is going to help to mattify my skin and increase the longevity of my foundation. And lastly, I'm going to go in with the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer, and this is the pore minimizing one. And I'm just going to add this one to all of those areas on my face that have large pores. So, basically my T-zone. So for the moment we have all been waiting for, this is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation, and the shade that I ended up picking up is in Desert Beige. And also on the bottom right under the shade name, it says that this is for medium to dark tones, and also it says warm. So I like that Wet n Wild added that on the packaging. And on the back of the bottle it says, "Goodbye Photo Flashback. Helps eliminate white particle reflection." So, you know when you take photo photography and you may look back at it and you have like a white cast right here or pretty much maybe your whole face, this is going to help eliminate flashback, which I am super excited about, and we are definitely going to test that out. This says that this is tested under 7 light conditions with top smartphone models with and without flash. So this doesn't really say anything about it being good for specifically oily or dry skin, but I do have oily skin, so we're gonna see about that. I'm gonna open it up, and it has kind of a little paddle on it. I hope you guys can see that, which is kind of cool. I'm not going to directly apply this to my face just because I feel like that's not all that sanitary, and neither is wiping it on the back of my hand, but I'd rather have it on my hand than my face. So I'm just going to do that, and it looks like it's going to match me pretty well. So this is probably too much. I probably do too much like I always do. On this half of my face, I am going to apply the Photo Focus Foundation using a damp beauty cosmetic sponge. And then on this half of my face, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild flat top brush. This is my first time using any of the new Wet n Wild brushes, so I'm very excited about this. So first I am gonna go in with the brush side, and this looks like it's going to match me. I'm excited about that. Right away I can smell the foundation. It does kind of have that foundation scent. I don't know how to explain it, but if you've ever smelled foundation, you know what I'm talking about. But it definitely does have like that foundation smell. So I'm first going to go in with the flat top brush and first stipple that into my skin. And then I'm going to go into a sweeping motion. It's giving me a nice coverage. I wouldn't say that this is full coverage. This is definitely, I'd say light to medium coverage so far. because I can still see like some acne scarring and my veins right here in my face. So I would say light to medium, but we are going to see how this layers. So now that this half of my face is done, I'm gonna go on to this half of my face with a beauty sponge, and I'm just gonna go right into it and pounce that onto my face. Right away, I am already really impressed with how easy this foundation applied. This is just with one layer of foundation on. So let's go in and see how this foundation layers. So on this side, I am going to use a brush, and this time I'm going to go in directly into the foundation and apply a little bit more coverage just where I need it. And as for this Wet n Wild flat top brush, I really like it and recommend it if you're getting this foundation. There are absolutely no streak marks. Okay, there are no streak marks, which is awesome. So let's go in and use the sponge. This is my problem area on my face, is my cheeks. So this is the ultimate test here, people. This is how it looks with now 2 layers on. I did just apply another layer just where I needed it. I don't necessarily think that I need 2 layers all over my face, so I do just apply a little bit of extra product just in those acne spot areas. So right away I can tell you that I really like this foundation applied with the flat top brush by Wet n Wild. It applied very nicely, and I would say that this foundation is a satin finish. It's not completely dewy, however it's not completely matte. It's just that perfect in between. Also, I am going to tell you that right around my nose it's already starting to look a little cakey. So if you can see, while I was applying the foundation, I didn't really like go back in around my nose just because it's already getting cakey, and I know if I keep applying product there, it's gonna be horrible. Also, I know that this foundation does not match me right now. This would probably be good in the summertime because my chest is lighter than my face, but that is totally fine. Right away, I can already tell you that I'm really liking this foundation, so let's move on to the concealer. Just like the foundation, the concealer claims that there will be absolutely no flashback, and it is also tested under 7 light conditions with top smartphone models and with or without flash. So I don't know if the shade is going to be perfect for me for highlighting on my face. I did pick up the shade medium tawny. Oh, maybe it'll be good. Oh my gosh, you know when you're used to a product, aka Tarte Shape Tape, and then you go and try out something new and it's just not living up to what you have been using? This is that product. The doe foot applicator on this concealer is not picking up a lot of product. This is now the 3rd time that I have been into the little tube, and I still feel like I'm not getting enough concealer out. So once again, on this side, I'm going to be blending that out using the Wet n Wild flat top brush. And now I am blending out the other side. Oh my gosh, you guys, I don't know if I like the concealer. It's like starting to crease up a lot under my eyes. I do have fine lines under there, but it's just, I don't know if I like that. So since I couldn't find any of the Wet n Wild Photo Focus powders in store, I am going to go off camera now and finish up the rest of my makeup. I'm going to be using my Bella Pierre Banana Setting Powder. to set under my eyes and the rest of my face, just because I know I will have absolutely no flashback with that powder. But even then, if this foundation does have flashback, you will still be able to see it through the powder. So yeah, I'm gonna go off camera now, finish up the rest of my makeup, and we'll be right back to test out a new liquid lipstick by Wet n Wild. So now that the look is pretty much done, all we need to do is add the lips. I did go right on ahead and line my lips off camera using the Maybelline Color Sensational Shaping Lip Liner in 115 Totally Toffee. And I didn't realize that this look was going to be so mauve-y. So I did end up grabbing the Wet n Wild Mega Last Liquid Catsuit Matte Lipstick in Rebel Rose. So I have not tried any of the liquid catsuits, so hopefully this is good. Ew, that's so pretty. It's super, I feel like this look is so like one tone. So with liquid lipsticks, you have to be sure to not to apply so many layers. This is the completed look. I am now going to go out into the elements and take Shelby for a stroll because homegirl has to use the potty. I am going to edit another video that is going to be going up after this one. And yeah, I think that's it. I will definitely check back in with my final thoughts before I take off my makeup at the end of the day. So yeah, if you guys want to see how I feel about this foundation, the concealer, and this lip, then please stay tuned. So I completely forgot to show you guys the time when I first did my foundation, but I will insert the time when I do my foundation, when I see the time, like when I recorded the clip, if you know what I mean. But it is currently 7:19. I don't know if you guys saw that. It is currently 7:19, and I am super surprised that I really like this foundation. I did take Shelby for a walk when I said I did, and then I went to the store to run an errand, and then I made dinner and I edited a video. But like while I was editing a video, I was like laying on like the pillows and stuff. So this foundation like looks super good. I will say, as far as the lip and the concealer, they did not hold up as well. The concealer is creasing a lot under my eyes, and I really like, I don't like it as much as the foundation. The foundation is super good. The coverage is also great. It's not completely light coverage. It is definitely, I would say, light to full. You can definitely build this up. Like, I really like this foundation. The concealer is kind of like whatever to me. I would wear this concealer on a day when I have school or work or something, just something super easy to put on. It's super inexpensive, so I honestly didn't expect this to be like my Tarte Shape Tape, but yeah, it's kind of just for me right now. And then as far as the liquid catsuit in Rebel Rose, I don't know if you guys can tell, but it has faded around the inner part of my lip. Eli and I did have pizza today, and I did have a salad as well. And for me eating pizza, this did kind of hold up good. However, my lips do look really dry, and it emphasizes the lines on my lips. The foundation, on the other hand, like, let me just say, this foundation is so good. The color doesn't necessarily match me like perfect to the T right now, but it looks good. Like, I went out like this and I felt confident about it. I'm one of those people that if it's a shade or two like away from my actual shade, I will still wear it. This isn't like completely off for me. On camera, I don't think you can really tell. You may be, but I'm not too sure. I haven't really watched the clips, but like, if I were to just quickly glance at myself, like, I wouldn't really tell. But if I'm sitting there like, oh, this is like way off, like staring, you know, you can tell. But I really like the foundation. Besides it kind of getting cakey around my nose, like, I definitely recommend this if you have oily skin. I would say for those of you who have dry skin to also try this as well. However, I do not know how this is going to perform on dry skin. I don't know if it's going to cling onto dry patches, given the fact that I do not have dry patches on my face. So this foundation is definitely Allie approved. I will give this an 7.5 out of 10 just because the color does not match, and because it did get cakey around my nose, and because it is not as full of a coverage as I thought I did when I first purchased this and started to apply it onto my face. As far as the liquid catsuit, I would definitely give it an 8 out of 10, and that is just because it did kind of fade on the inner portions of my mouth, and because it emphasizes the lines on my lips, which I'm not a fan of at all. That's one of my biggest pet peeves when purchasing a liquid lipstick and trying it out. If it emphasizes the lines on my lips, like, it is just like, I'm done. But I like it. I really do like it. The shade is super, super pretty, and the price is pretty bomb as well. So these two for me are definitely Allie approved. The concealer, I would say, my gosh, I would say a 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10. Yeah, the applicator was just not picking up the concealer at all. When you guys saw me applying it onto my face, I had to go back into the bottle or tube more than 3 times, which I don't like. I feel like I'm just wasting more product doing that. Also, it creases like crazy under my eyes. Even though I did set under my eyes, it's still creasing. I don't like it. I really, really don't. Like I said, I would use this on days if I were in a rush, just something really quick. The coverage isn't necessarily what I like either, so I'm sorry, Wet n Wild, but this concealer is just, it's not for a gal like me. So that is it on this first impression video. If you like this video and cannot get enough of me, then please do not forget to hit the subscribe button down below. Also, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave me a comment down below if you guys would like to see a first impression on the L'Oreal Total Cover foundation. I want to do that as well, but if you guys want to see it, I will definitely do that. I believe that's all I have to say. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter so we can become best friends. That is all I have to say for this video, so I will see you guys in my next one. Peace out.